Ho ho!
I don't know what adjective you would use to describe the team tonight, and whether 2 consecutive defeats are almost a goodbye to the league title.
No, absolutely not. There are still 36 points available, and our only objective is to fight for all 36. No one here is going to throw in the towel. This is Real Madrid. Nobody surrenders until the last match. Obviously, 4 points is a gap we believe we can close, and we're going to fight and work for that, starting with the next game in Vigo. But like I said, this is Real Madrid, and nobody here is giving up.
Was this the worst match Real Madrid has played under you? From the beginning, it felt like the team struggled against Getafe's defensive setup, and there didn't seem to be much reaction or ability to overcome it. You tried in the second half, but there weren't really clear chances, were there?
Come on, man. I think we had clearer chances than Getafe did. Obviously, it's a game where we could have done things better, that's clear. But I believe my players tried, and we created much clearer opportunities than they did. We tried to score from the very first minute. Vinicius had a very clear chance in the first half. In the second half, there was Rudiger's, and Rodrigo's. We had several opportunities where I think we deserved to score at least one goal. But football isn't about what you deserve. Getafe did a great job, the job they always do. It was the kind of match we knew we were going to face. Nothing happened that we weren't expecting. That's my reading of the game.
The feeling is that the team isn't convincing, that it's playing badly. That's the perception. And even the fans were leaving before the final whistle. You say this is Real Madrid, and it always comes back, but this season it feels like it doesn't. Maybe only the Champions League is left.
So what's the question?
What's the question?
If you think only the Champions League is left.
No, I just told you. There are 36 points left, and our objective is to take all 36. I know that after a defeat like today's, everything looks very dark. There's not much optimism when you lose like this, but that has to be our goal. We have a very difficult match in Vigo, and we need to go there and win it. After that, there's the tie against a great opponent like Manchester City. But nobody here is giving up on La Liga or anything else. 36 points, we're going after them. We know we have a lot to improve, but honestly, when it comes to my players' effort today, I'm not going to criticize them at all. That we can do things better, that's my responsibility, of course.
The trend throughout the season has been negative, even before you arrived. Do you see the team, and yourself, having the tools to turn things around in the months remaining?
Yes, I do. I see great players, a great squad, and players who are going to recover and help us a lot. Like I said before, our objective is to keep improving and understand that we can do things better on the pitch. I understand the criticism, I understand the perception after a defeat like this, but even playing badly or average, I think we deserve to score more goals than Getafe did. It didn't happen. They played the match exactly how we expected, they scored a great goal, and we didn't take our chances.
I wanted to ask about the problem. Both in Pamplona the other day and today against Getafe, what do you think the team needs to improve? And do you already have a solution analyzed for what seems to be derailing the season?
I think the match in Pamplona was different from today's. Today we struggled against a team that defended very compactly, that didn't press our center backs in build-up. Maybe we needed to be much more aggressive in that first line, push more players into the final third, make many more runs in behind, be much more aggressive in wide areas. It's true that we tend to rely on what you could call the easy resource, which is Vinicius, because he has so much ability to beat defenders. But we need to be able to create that same threat on both sides, to be a constant danger from both flanks. That's something we need to correct and improve. We've talked a lot about how difficult it is to attack low blocks. It was also a match with many interruptions, and the referee allowed the game to become very stop-start. Lots of fouls, lots of holding. But I'm not criticizing Getafe. They do what they're allowed to do. Given the difficulty they created for us, we struggled to generate more chances than we did. I believe we had enough to score at least one more goal. But of course, there's a lot of room for improvement.
Since you arrived, you've talked a lot about Madridismo and about knowing Real Madrid well. As a former Madrid player, how do you feel watching this team play like this at the Santiago Bernabéu? You've mentioned the chances you created, but the team seems unable to play well, and you could feel the frustration from the fans.
No, come on. I didn't say we're incapable of playing well. Please don't put words in my mouth that I haven't said. We created enough chances to have scored at least one goal. I think that's true. That we can play better is also true. And I'll say it again. I cannot question my players' effort, which is the first thing I demand from them. Improving the quality of our football, that's my responsibility. That's my job. So if there's someone responsible for the defeat, it's me. I accept that. And all that's left for me is to keep working with my players.
I wanted to ask about the substitutions. 3 of them came quite early. Part of the crowd seemed to boo Thiago's substitution at first, although they later applauded him, and especially the defensive changes. Housen and Carvajal off for Trent and Alaba. What were you looking for with that triple change, and how do you think they performed?
Well, the change of Dean for David was because David had some muscle tightness at halftime, but we were also looking to be more aggressive with the center backs carrying the ball forward to force one of their forwards to step out and create more space in their structure. With Carvajal, we wanted more width and aggression out wide, and Rodrigo is a player who, even in tight spaces, can create a lot. I understand why some fans booed Thiago's substitution because, like I've said many times, I don't take players off because they're playing badly. Thiago had a fantastic game and made a huge effort. It didn't look like his first start for Real Madrid at all. The personality he showed again was impressive. He should be very happy with his performance. His substitution wasn't about his level, quite the opposite. He deserved the ovation, and if people booed the change, I accept and understand it.
2 consecutive defeats. How much do absences like Bellingham's and Mbappé's affect the result?
Whenever you lose, you always think about important players like the ones you mentioned. But this is Real Madrid. I can't use Bellingham's or Mbappé's absence as an excuse. We have enough quality and enough players to win matches. That's why we have this squad. So I'm not going to look for excuses in the injuries.
When a club like Real Madrid changes coach, it's usually to spark a reaction. Better football, better results. You're about to reach 2 months in charge. It's clear you've improved certain things, like bringing out a better version of Vinicius. Beyond that, in what areas do you think you've improved Real Madrid in these 2 months?
It's not up to me to make that kind of assessment.
I wanted to ask about the ending of the match, the yellow cards and Mastantuono's red card. As Real Madrid coach, does it bother you that, with so many absences and injuries, players don't show more awareness? For example, Housen and Carreras picking up their 5th yellow cards before Balaidos, and especially Mastantuono's sending off.
Those are things that simply can't happen. With Mastantuono, I don't know exactly what he said to the referee, but if he was sent off, it must have been for a reason. We can't have those kinds of actions. As for the yellow cards for Housen and Carreras, they're part of the game, but they're going to leave us with 3 important absences for Balaidos. I don't think they were intentional at all, though, not in the slightest.